following video may contain content parents may find unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Hunger again. Welcome to another Brawlhalla stream. That's right, it's Brawlhalla. The game where nobody gets hurt and everybody just tries to get along. I'm going into content chat on Discord. It's gonna be great. Give me a second. I must connect with the giant royal boob.
Come in, you royal boob!
There we go. Voice connected.
Royal boob here. I mean, heyo.
Yeah. Alright, Sammy C was first. Little Anthrax is here as well. I'm joined by Gaming Under Siege and Discord chat. And Kid is here. Hi, Kid. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and set up a custom game room to get some brawling going. I mean, peace going. This is a custom peace room. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, we can actually see the number. Is that a 4 or a 9?
Is it 4?
421078 is what I got. You got new skins. Oh gosh.
I will be there shortly.
Don't skin people, kids. It's not worth it. All right, I'm pinning the code. It's gonna be great. All right. All right. Backyard.
Backyard.
Alright, let's get it. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta mess with the settings real quick. Hang on. I always forget to mess with the settings at the beginning. Map set is going to be on big maps only. Cause screw these teeny tiny maps. Screw them, I say. Alright. Alright. That's yeah. We got good settings now. Yeah, somebody. I was going to 1v1. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, he brought the Reno though. That Kung Fu player. Kid is here. All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Ah, dang it, didn't quite make it.
Yes, murder each other.
So, how was everyone's week?
I had a decent week. It was good.
Let's see, I started mine off with a panic attack. And insomnia. And so did my mother. She got a bad report from her doctor. And she, at this point, wants to just let nature take its course. With no regard to how it's going to affect me. And then last night, she tells me that she got an email from the apartment complex telling her that she's going to get inspected on Monday, tomorrow. And there's still tons of boxes all over the place.
Yeah. Maybe if she got along
So
better
she's
with
freaking
people
out.
who could help get those boxes unpacked, they'd be unpacked by now. You know.
Exactly.
Just saying. You know.
She
Just
She
the
hadn't-
observations of a third party who's not involved at all. You know.
yeah.
Oh snap.
She hadn't repeatedly sabotaged my attempts to relax and recuperate and started a fight with me like clockwork every single week.
Well, you know.
Oh, that first week, it was my own fault. Technically, I mean, had Chinese for the first time and I forgot how long, and I ended up with a big gout flare up. So I was out of commission for almost a week. Yeah, it was really bad. It was like either a fight or a catastrophe or something.
Yeah. Let's be over here. That's okay. I'll just be over here. That's okay. I'll just be over here. Oh, look out. No, not my sword. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whee! Oh, snap. Stop. It's hammer time. Can't touch this. Oh snap, you did. You did touch this. You touchy bastards. Damn. No, don't do that. Stab. No, stab.
So did you buy Reno?
No, I didn't. Not yet. I actually have the funds to do so now, though. Speaking of Reno, boom! Take that!
Down.
Oh god, no! Dang. Should add MC Hammer as a playable character, and when he equips his hammer, then everybody would freeze for a couple seconds.
Player 2 wins.
He quit the
Yay.
music business.
Yeah?
He quit the music business and became an ordained priest, if memory serves.
Doesn't mean he can't be a fighting game character, come on. Where'd everybody go? What happened? Man,
What, did I scare them off?
I don't know. What happened, you guys? Oh, there's Kid back. Nice powerful alien.
So speaking of funds, I went ahead and dropped $15 to
Magyar.
HBO Max.
You gotta oh, you gotta go. You gotta test. Oh, dang. Well, sorry I didn't get started earlier. Thanks for stopping by, Sammy.
I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Okay.
I give it a 6.5 out of 10,
3, 2, 1.
Hope,
brawl.
which makes it
Hope it's one of those tests where positive results are a good thing, Sammy, and not not a different kind of test. Sorry. Go ahead.
like I said, it's a 6.5 out of 10, which makes it a half point higher than Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus. It's better than Annihilation. Still still not a perfect Mortal Kombat movie by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. I hear that it has some really great moments in it, but like as a whole, it's not spectacular.
Yeah, if you catch all the clips on YouTube or sail the high seas to watch it, you're doing yourself a favor. Because they literally take too much inspiration from the glut of comic book movies. And it even feels a little bit like the Power Rangers movie from a couple years ago, in a sense.
That was a freaking train wreck, too.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of formula they put together for that movie, it was like okay for almost any other movie, but not for the Power Rangers. Sorry.
Right. Well, it's funny because the people that liked it were people who didn't like Power Rangers. So.
Oh.
Because my former roommate went and saw it. And he doesn't care about Power Rangers. He hates them, and he's like, oh, that movie was great. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's because you don't know anything about the original lore and you don't care about it, so.
Yeah,
you know. And that's what I hate about these Hollywood adaptations is you get these Hollywood types who think it's okay if they just change everything to be more in line with their special vision instead of with the lore that fans are familiar with, and it's okay because it's Hollywood, so they can do whatever they want. You know, they have this entitled Hollywood attitude that says they can do whatever they want with a franchise, and it's okay because it's Hollywood.
Right.
And that has ruined so many movies now that I wish they would just get the hint and realize, you know what? No, it's not okay. You can't just do whatever you want because you're Hollywood. You can't make a shitty looking Sonic the Hedgehog and expect everybody to be okay with it. You can't make a crappy Mario movie and expect all the fans to be okay with it. You know, you can't make a crappy Street Fighter movie and expect the fans to be okay with it. You know?
Well, if the tone you're going for is so bad that it's good, like the first Street Fighter movie, then, you know, you get a pass. But
I don't know.
Something
I don't
like
know if that's a tone that people aim for, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I honestly don't know how many movies were done to be bad on purpose, other than that one really bad Fantastic Four movie. You know,
the Josh Trank one.
No, there was
or the Roger Corman.
There was a Fantastic Four movie that was never released because it was that bad.
That was Roger Corman, then.
Yeah. Like, he literally made a stinky movie on purpose because he didn't have a budget and he needed to make the movie or else they were going to lose the rights to it. So they made the stinkiest, most god-awful piece of crap movie anyway, and they're like, okay, that counts. And then they, like, put it in the vault and never released it. You know?
Warren Beatty did something similar with the Dick Tracy rights.
Yeah.
He did a 1 hour Dick Tracy special on like TBS. It aired once and never again, and that's how he still has the rights for a character whose public market value has absolutely vanished in the past 20-something years.
Right.
Because he's done just
Fuck
not
all
done
with it.
jack with it since. Yeah. So by the time he dies or the rights go to someone else, there will probably be one person, including myself, who would still who'd care to see another Dick Tracy anything.
Honestly, by that time, the rights will probably end up in public domain, so.
Yeah, it's kind of screwy how all that works.
Right. The mouse is going to hit public domain soon unless Disney does something with the copyright law again, so.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll find a way.
They'll try. I'm sure they will. It's funny because Disney made a big show of buying the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit from MGM, even though they didn't need to because the character is in public domain now. I think they're gonna try and perpetuate some sort of dogma and copyright that doesn't exist that says they just get to keep the rights forever, you know? But yeah,
I think that was mostly just kind of
Two, one,
what's the word I'm
ball.
looking for? I mean, I know they used it for the Epic Mickey game franchise, and then that was about it.
that was why they bought the rights, because of the Epic Mickey game. But the thing is, by the time that game was produced, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit had entered public domain. Literally every cartoon he'd ever starred in, and the character rights as a whole were all part of public domain because they were so freaking old. So Disney didn't need to buy the rights, but still did. Like, I don't know if they did it to be as symbolically, because Walt had always planned on buying the rights back if he could, or
Right.
But
that was kind of what I was thinking.
But they legally didn't need to. They could have just done whatever they wanted with the character, and nobody could have fucking stopped them.
So, I will gloss over the really, really good things about the movie. Fatalities, they're fantastic.
Heard. Everybody was kind of gushing about how it's the first Mortal Kombat movie that's had good fatalities and whatnot in it, because the rest of them have been not rated high enough for it.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of PG-13 Mortal Kombat movies.
Well, there's only been 2 PG-13s and 2 Rs, and that's if that's a big if. I don't know if the Scorpion's Revenge animated film actually got an MPA rating or not.
Yeah, well, and
then there was Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Right, when it comes to animated films, you gotta kind of not count those when it comes to video game movies, because they tend to buck the trend. Because the animated films aren't subject to as much Hollywood insider entitlement and studio heads that want to direct from their offices, shit like that. So they don't wind up sucking as bad as a result.
Right.
Because an animated production has way less room for that type of meddling, because with a live action production, the script can change day to day. With an animated production, once they've got storyboards and the animation has started, that's it. Like,
what we're talking about, I guess.
If you're going to remove something from an animated movie, it's going to happen while it's still in storyboard stages, because if you've already started animating it, you're going to lose that money by not finishing,
Right.
So
anyway,
animated movies are less subject to that type of garbage.
Player 2
Right.
wins.
So, anyways, fatalities are fantastic. Characterization for the most part was spot on, except for one giant glaring flaw, and which of course is the self-insert character Cole Young. He's like a plank of wood.
I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that he's not a great character.
Kano practically steals the show in every scene he's in.
I've heard that Kano is basically the whole movie. I've heard that. If you're a big Kano fan and you came to see Kano, you're not going to be disappointed
3,
with that
2,
movie.
1, brawl.
Right.
If you were the guy that played Kano at the arcades on MK1 and he was your guy and you don't care about any of the other characters, you were gonna love that. Yeah.
But the problem is the biggest flaw with the characterizations is they don't spend enough time with you getting to know the characters or getting remotely invested in. The only character they try to get you invested in is Cole, but like I said,
character.
he's a wet potato. The biggest, dumbest, stupid thing about the movie is anyone who knows the Mortal Kombat lore knows that everybody pretty much has their abilities and their gear or whatever that makes them unique by the time they get to the tournament. All right. When the characters get to the hidden training grounds at the Temple of Light that Raiden is using as a hideout to train them, they're supposed to learn and find out their arcana. Basically, if they train hard enough, or get angry enough, or spirited enough, or whatever, their superpowers as chosen champions for Mortal Kombat will manifest.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Kano's arcana turns out to be his anger. So he gets ticked off.
Okay, we've got somebody in the chat saying, "Oh no, OMG! Don't spoil the movie! Stop!" So, anyway.
I'm gonna spoil the movie for you anyway, because the movie spoils itself. It's garbage.
It's not a good movie.
Yeah.
If you came to see Kano, it's great. But if not, then
Shut down.
you're gonna have a bad time. Anyway.
Alright, I'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, because I'm not exactly feeling like an anal cavity at the moment.
Alright. Anyway.
Basically, everyone has a trigger for their special power.
Uh-huh.
And it's totally predictable as to what Cole's is. Because he basically gets kicked out.
Being a wooden a-hole? I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, more or less.
Your trigger is having no personality and being totally unpopular.
Oh, do you remember me telling you the little fan theory that was going on around the trailer?
What?
That Cole Young was an anglicized version of Kuai Liang, the younger Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
If they'd done that, it would have made the movie at least a 7.
Huh.
But they didn't.
Not, yeah.
No. He instead ends up being the descendant of Scorpion.
Random.
It's absolutely stupid.
Alright. For those who want to play, the room code is up at the top of the chat. Alright.
421078.
Yeah, there we go.
Magyar.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now I sat through the entire Snyder cut of Justice League, and it is absolutely fantastic. The only complaint that I almost have is that you don't get that 10-second shot of Cyborg in his most iconic look, whereas you did in the theatrical version. Smallest of sacrifices for a better product. But thanks to the civil war going on between AT&T and Warner Brothers themselves, we will most likely not see the actual Justice League trilogy that Snyder had in mind. If I have the time this week, I'm going to work through the rest of the Monsterverse movies. Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then hopefully before the time window for it runs out, I'll watch Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, I need to see all those. I've just seen the one with the Godzilla versus the two giant bugs, and that was a really.
Oh, you didn't see this? You didn't see the first one?
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
The Godzilla with where he fights the two things that are trying to fuck each other and.
Shut down.
Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the one with Bryan Cranston.
I thought that was a great movie. Everybody's like, "Oh, Godzilla's not in it enough." It's like that's like watching Jaws and being like, "Jaws isn't in it enough."
Yeah, they overcompensate in the next one.
Good. They're like, you're not in that movie enough. Okay, well, excuse us. My God.
Now, the thing is,
this deranged pirate off of me.
now the word is that Toho, the agreement with Toho and whichever the studio was coming to an end after Godzilla vs. Kong. But considering how well it's gone, how well it's been received, all things considered, they may be, looking back at that and reconsidering.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, get him.
Shut down.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh snap. Look out. Grab my salt. Wow.
Oh, Natara is definitely in movie.
Nice.
She looks kind of ugly.
Oh. Jeez.
Not as ugly as Melina.
Ah, got her.
Player 2 wins.
GG. And the threat lives on.
Magyar.
Alright. Tyler Robinson had to go because they have tests too. It's very sad. Nice powerful Magyar. Magyar 6-bam for the win.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Magyar. Yar. Magyar. Snap. Get them.
I did this Junket Puff Piece article interview on Destructoid about the movie, saying, no matter what you think about this movie, it was made for the fans. And there was at least one commenter that said, BS. If this was made for the fans, you would have had Johnny Cage in the movie instead of him being a sequel bait tease at the end.
Alright.
But the thing is, if you got an eagle's eye, you can spot that same drag right near the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie was made for the fans. That's why we added a new character that the fans are completely unfamiliar with and don't care about. Really wish wasn't in the movie.
And once again made Sub-Zero a minion of Shang Tsung when...
That's how dedicated we are to the realization of the fans' vision. Yeah. I don't know. It's like Michael Bay saying he made the Transformers movies for the fans. You know,
Huh.
he made them for Hasbro
Made it for himself.
because they paid you a bunch of money.
I would say he made them for himself, and the money was a bonus.
Yeah. He just wanted to blow up a bunch of military vehicles. Cast a bunch of voice actors that weren't the best fit for the role.
Except, of course, for Frank Welker or Peter Cullen.
Yeah.
Who was it? That was Optimus again?
Cast Peter Cullen in the first one, and then said he didn't even consider Frank Welker because he played back the original Megatron's voice and didn't think it sounded like a good fit for his new Megatron. It's like, you know that Frank Welker is one of the most talented voice actors of this generation. He can sound like pretty much anything you want.
Yeah, he was like the Mel Blanc of our generation.
And he, like...
I mean, still is.
Yeah, he's freaking amazing. You know, like, look at Megatron, and then look at him voicing Fred from Scooby-Doo. They couldn't possibly sound more different. Like,
Yep.
like, that's range. That, you know, he's got some incredible range.
I mean, he's not my favorite, but I won't deny his talent.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, he has, you know what a lot of his credits are? Like animal in human roles, because he can sound like freaking anything.
Yep.
So he has roles like Furball from Tiny Toons and Bronx from Gargoyles and like
Slimer from Ghostbusters.
the Cat Bus from My Neighbor Totoro, like Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro, like, you know.
Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, like he has this massive array of super varied voices. Like he's not playing the same character over and over again like some people, you know. Like, for example, like if you watch something that's got Mona Marshall in it, like 9 times out of 10, your immediate thought is, "Oh, it's Mona Marshall again," like, because her voice is instantaneously recognizable because it's the same voice no matter like with very, very few exceptions, you know?
Right.
Like, she does the same voice for just about every character she plays. And
Right.
she still gets tons of voice work, don't get me wrong, but, you know, but she sounds the, like, exact same.
Now, on the second thought, you know, I was saying he's not one of my favorites, and that's mostly because he happened to just not be the voice of hardly any of my favorite characters growing up. But now that I'm rethinking this, I think he was also the voice of Ray from the real Ghostbusters, but I'm maybe mistaken.
Don't know.
You don't need to go.
You
don't need to check IMDb.
He was Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget.
3, 2, 1.
He did do
roll.
that.
Yeah, he did that same Dr. Claw voice for Malbolgia in Spawn
Yeah.
and Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 11.
It's also the voice he did for Soundwave, but they used a vocoder so you couldn't tell. Until season 3 when they lost the vocoder apparently, and Soundwave suddenly sounded like Dr. Claw all the time. Like, but he was basically just doing the Dr. Claw voice, and then they were altering it so much with the vocoder that it sounded different.
Huh.
Damn, I got bombed.
Sorry.
Anyway. bounce.
I forgot, what were we talking about? Right, movies.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so yeah, Faye just completely ignored the fact that Frank Welker has this amazing vocal range and just didn't even consider him for his, precious movie Megatron. Cast somebody else, and then when people pointed that out later, he still played like he was right until, like, what, movie 3 or 4? I think it was movie 4 when they finally put Frank Welker in as Megatron / Galvatron in the Michael Bay movies, and you stepped on my landmine. That was amazing. Alright.
Blue team wins.
GG! Alright.
Magyar.
We're supposed to be trapping the other team.
Sorry, I'm kind of out of it tonight.
I understand. What if we used explosives on the other team?
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Or perhaps a giant wooden badger.
Oh man. So, as I've mentioned a couple times on stream already, I'm working at my sister's store now. She sells anime, and we had somebody special order this DVD, and so I pulled the DVD out of the bin to sell to the guy. And it's got this, kimono Mimi girl on the front. She's got like the animal ears, that's what kimono Mimi means. And he's like, she's a honey badger. I'm like, she's a honey badger. He's like, yeah, he's like his honey badger waifu. So when we bring up special orders, we have to ring them up as miscellaneous, and then we write a note as to what the product is.
Okay.
So when I'm bringing up the product, like under the notes I put Honey Badger Waifu Blu-ray.
Oh grief.
I'm like, hey, that's an accurate depiction of what the thing is, okay?
I'm sure that's gonna be.
It's funny because it prints out on the receipt too. So.
Oh.
So he's like showing other people the receipt because it's funny.
I sure hope that doesn't, wreak havoc with record keeping.
Nah, it's not going to. Like, hey, the male Lilligant is here. Hi.
What the heck is a Lilligant?
Lilligant is a Pokemon that is normally female only. It looks like a princess. It's a grass type.
Huh.
Yeah, shut him down. Shut him down like a non-essential business during a pandemic. Get him. Oh, snap.
You think I accidentally knocked you out too?
No.
Oh.
I think we're fine. Is the Gatling gun new? I don't think
No.
so.
Oh, that skin specifically? I don't know.
Hey, I've been murdered. Alright, cool. Well, this is fun.
Fights are fun! I like fights!
GG Blue Team. Hey, the deal with its shades. I like that. Alright. Well, that was fun and entertaining and everything. Alright, here we go. Back to brawling.
Magyar.
I mean, peaceful negotiations. That's.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled party brawl.
Yeah. This is debate Halla. They everybody gets behind a little podium and debates for 8 minutes.
3, 2,
If you make a
1,
really good
brawl.
point, it launches your opponent off the screen.
Oh, I'd be terrible at that game. All I learned from all I learned about debating, I know from Ron White.
Oh no. He's a master debater.
No. According to him, the best strategy in a debate is just to scream, "Oh yeah, well, F you."
Oh yeah. No, that's decent strategy. Yeah, honestly, it's
Terrible strategy.
It seems like a lot of people online, when they're trying to convince somebody that their viewpoint is wrong, use that strategy. Doesn't seem very effective.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes right next to that. Why do you believe this nonsense? You Titanic fucking idiot! Right next to that one. In terms of bad debate strategies.
Oh wow! I
Oh.
can't believe I nailed that one. Is that Princess Bubblegum?
That is Princess Bubblegum.
I just sent her to the stratosphere with
You
a
just-
well.
you just
a
stuck
well-hurled
her on a
landmine.
bedpost overnight. Alright, anyway.
Oh, that's not. Just sent her into the stratosphere with a well-tossed,
Yeah.
perfectly timed landmine. That was a 1 in a million shot. And she's fighting with what looks like a giant pencil.
Yes, it's either a pencil or a banana. I think it's a banana. I'm not sure.
Or a banana-scented pencil.
Banana pencil. My god. Yeah, it's a banana. According to the chat.
Alright. Mystery solved.
I mean, it does kind of make sense. She's not Princess School Supplies.
Right.
Banana could at least conceivably be a bubblegum flavor. Oh, snap. Yes, hunt each other for my amusement. Oh snap, not me. There probably is a Princess School Supplies in the world Adventure Time is set in. Probably. Hey!
Player 4 wins.
Professional kid wins. GG. The deal with it shades, my gosh.
Wait. You can be a professional kid?
Man,
Wow, all this time I wasted being an adult.
I know, right? What kind of career? What kind of career path is it? Like, you know, do you get promoted to the CEO of being a kid eventually?
I mean, I do have that sign.
Magyar.
I do have that sign in my bedroom that says "Don't grow up." It's a trap, but
Yeah,
that's supposed to be tongue in cheek.
Right.
Oh, heck, I'm rolling the dice on this one.
I need to speak with the CEO of Childhood. See if I can get a job. Probably involves a lot of kidding around. Ha! The
3,
pun.
2, 1, brawl.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Bill Logan said it probably involves a lot of kidding around.
Oh.
Died on the inside from that pun just a little bit. Can we
Yeah.
stop sorting me to death? Thanks. I just need to come up here and get this weapon. don't fall. Oh, come on! I hate losing to the stage, seriously. Toxic Bear Gamer is here. Hi, Toxic Bear Gamer. I'll just be over here. My God. Okay, you guys fight with each other. I'll just be over here. Okay, cool. I probably won't win though. Just letting you know I'm a filthy casual. Get them. Oh, snap.
Put them in the Iron Maiden.
Oh no!
Excellent! Execute them. Bogus.
Let's be over here. You know, there's actually some evidence that suggests that Iron Maidens didn't actually exist. Like not, at least not in the form that they're usually depicted in.
Like the stand-up sarcophagus with needles all over.
Right. They had various. Oh, look at that.
Player 2 wins.
Like, basically, if you wanted to do that to somebody, they would just get like a wooden barrel and put nails in it, and then put the person in the barrel and roll them down a hill. You know, like if they really wanted to do that type of stuff to somebody, but like it's ineffective as a torture device because basically it just kills you. So
Right.
So it's like, you know, it's not something that a great many torture chambers would have had. So a lot of the Iron Maidens that we have are like replica things that were
Iron
made
Maidens?
later. Yes.
Is that Solus?
Yeah,
Hey, how's it going?
doing alright. Oh my god. There are so many Isaac memes going on in the Clover server right now, it's wild.
Wait, you said you subscribed if I won that one, and I won that one. I was really good. I definitely didn't just fluke it out at the end. What the heck? Just kidding.
I genuinely have never heard Aquan laugh that hard before. Holy shit. He was like screaming at the top of his lungs, dude. Just had to throw that out there. Yeah, Binding of Isaac. We're listening to some badass music from that game, and then we were doing like this weird art thing over there in the Clover server. Someone was streaming it there, and then we decided to join in. What was it called? Hang on, let me look at it. Because it's in art, I know that much. Let's see. Let me look for it.
Dominating.
Terrible. Not gonna win. It's gonna be terrible.
Aggie.io, I think it's called. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyways.
So yeah, the reason we were talking about Iron Maidens is because he said get them, and as a knee-jerk reaction, I just quoted one of my favorite sequences from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh. That's cool.
Arrest them,
Shut down.
them and the Iron Maiden. Excellent! Execute them. Bogus. So, Hunger goes on about how Iron
Yes.
Maidens technically probably not really the way that we imagine them to be.
Right. Like,
That first
all the
line
evidence
sounded edgy.
suggests- Yeah. Like, the historical evidence suggests that we probably did not have Iron Maidens that existed when we think they existed.
Or how.
Yeah. It's like, there's a bunch of like stories and whatnot that reference putting people in a barrel full of nails and then rolling them down a hill. But yeah, if you just wanted to, like, the Iron Maidens, like the way that they're normally depicted, that would just kill somebody. And there were plenty of easier, cleaner ways to do that. You know?
Since when is torture easy and clean?
That's the thing, is, you know, Iron Maidens weren't really good as torture devices. Like, a lot of them had spikes that would go through somebody's head. So it's like, you know, if you kill them, they won't learn nothing. You know, like they just die almost immediately, and then the torture is over. You know, like torture is about seeing how much pain you can inflict on somebody without killing them. So, as a torture device, those types of Iron Maidens were not that great. You know. Like, if they even existed at all, so it's one of those things where I said one of those things. Hang on, I gotta throw them up there.
It is indeed one of those things.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Man, how long has it been since you've done that? It's one of those things, and then put the thing on there.
I don't do that often anymore.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but hey, at least you remember to do so now.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I've kind of gotten out of the habit of saying it all the time, like I used to.
Yeah, it's that's. I want to say that's good to hear, but like, it's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Magyar.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that we sort of attribute to history that really didn't exist until later, like chastity belts. Like chastity belts were supposedly like this thing that was around during like the medieval era, but
I'll bet they've existed for longer.
they didn't. No, they really didn't come along until the Victorian era, which was much later. Like,
Okay.
and the ones that were around during the Victorian era were mainly like, you know, decorative. They didn't actually use them for their expressed purpose. So,
A novelty.
yeah, it was, you know, but yeah, just there's a lot of things that we assume about medieval people that just aren't true.
Tainted by pop culture, movies, fantasy.
Pop culture, movies, various fantasy novels and whatnot. You know, just how they're depicted in general. sloppy archaeology, whatever you want to call it.
Got Rayman's dark evil cousin, Shadow Man or something over here. Then again, Shadow Man was an Acclaim property, not an Ubisoft.
Alright, well, you two have a good one. I'm gonna get off here now.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Take it easy, man.
You too.
$5 says he comes back with Dorgan or Iguan impersonating a girl again.
Oh, man.
Then again, I don't have that $5 cash on me.
Shut down.
Alright, according to the YouTube chat, Thaddeus Long Schlong has entered. Oh gosh. I don't know what the Long Schlong entered, but that must have been painful. Alright. Rayman's most popular weapon, the axe, right?
Oh, yes!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't use those in his actual games.
What? Rayman is using a weapon in Brawlhalla that he doesn't use in Rayman? That is absurd. I will not have such blasphemous lies being spread on my channel.
Yeah, well, it's better than a conspiracy theory.
It is. It definitely is. It's better than a game theory, honestly. It's vicious lies and slander.
Now that last one, that last one borders on fighting words there.
I mean, it's a fighting game, so.
Yeah, you might just get targeted in a future round
Yeah, well,
or match, whatever.
yeah.
Player 4.
Because they just recently celebrated their 10-year anniversary on YouTube.
10 years of making up awful theories about video games, you don't say.
It's just silly fun.
I know.
I mean, he had a really awesome one about Mega Man fairly recently, about with Mega Man Legends, that Wily essentially wins in the end if you connect the Legends series to the to be at the very end of all the interconnected Mega Man games. But I'm not entirely sure that the Legend series was supposed to be at the end of the Mega Man lineage. I think it was supposed to be its own separate thing.
Uh-huh.
At the end of Legends, it turns out that there's only like one last remaining fully organic human left.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she dies, and she does die at the end, humanity has been erased essentially by robots.
That is kind of weird. 'Cause even in Mega Man X, the humanity's still around, you know?
Yeah. And in ZX, ZX and ZX Advent, humanity's still hanging on despite numerous cataclysms. I mean, I'd love to see games that bridge the gaps between each of the major series. I think the only one that's completely unconnected would have to be the Battle Network series / Star Force.
Oh, man. Oh, come on. Young Stark is back. How did your test go? Did you test positive for anything? Can you still join? Oh, we only let people join once per night. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Wait. Is this Rayman skin practicing safe social distancing? Wait. Is that a mask? Hang on.
It's moving too fast for
I
me
know,
to
right? Okay.
discern. I don't. No, he looks like he's got like a blue domino mask over his eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
How you?
Shut down.
yeah, doing really good.
Oh my gosh.
Just chilling.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think I've asked this question before, but hey, Hunger.
So,
No.
sorry, I got like none of that.
Okay, I was mistaken. It's not a domino mask. It's more like goggles.
Have y'all ever heard of a term? Well, it's been people doing it for a while. You know, VTubing.
V-tubing, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get. I found somebody to get a 3D model worked up for me. It's going to take a while, so that's we've been chilling. I already sent him all like the different like sides and angles of my characters went from.
Alright. Alright. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
Hey, Hutch. It's not really nice to talk about other streamers in a streamer's chat.
Yeah.
I know I'm not a monitor, so I can't do anything. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you, dude. It's not really. Like, I don't know if Hunger really cares.
Alright, I'm taking care of it.
Mhm.
Heck's going on?
Oh, Hutch showed
what?
up and started extolling the virtues of another streamer. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not much of a mod. Like I'm not really a mod, so I can't do that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
You can't really talk about another streamer in another streamer's chat.
Yeah.
So it's both rude and unnecessary.
right. I mean, if it was the person coming in and doing it themselves, I would probably just ban them. You know, because I've had plenty of people pop into my streams and start talking about, oh, you should all subscribe to me. And it's like, you know, YouTube automatically blocks and filters that shit, and doesn't even let anybody ever see it. But you know,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where, you know, coming to another person's stream is like going to a rock concert with an electric guitar and trying to upstage the band. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming to another person's stream and trying to get people to subscribe to you. That's basically what you're doing.
Or talking about your band while you're rocking out to like another.
Yeah, you go to a Led Zeppelin concert with your own guitar and amp and try to
Like
get
play
people
Pink
to buy
Floyd or
your
some
album. You know,
Mm.
like, it's like people are here to see Led Zeppelin. They don't care about you. Shut your ass up. Turn your fucking amp off and enjoy the damn show, or get the fuck out. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's how that shit works.
Yeah, Hutch. No, we're not thinking about this. Just what you were just saying. Like, just don't do that over again. Because, like, wait a minute. Are you one of those dudes looking exactly like Raymond for God's sake? No.
Yeah, it's because it is Rayman. I'm just saying.
It's actually Rayman.
Rayman is a playable character in this game. Yeah, crazy, I know.
I think like are the guys who made Brawlhalla the same guys who helped with Rayman? I'm not sure. I haven't played Rayman in a while. I own it for PS3.
Don't know if they actually have the rights to Rayman, or if they just got permission. But Rayman actually is the only crossover character that is not real currency to buy. In other words, you can pick up Rayman without spending real money on him, even though he's a crossover character.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if it was the guys who of Brawlhalla who like Rayman who made Brawlhalla or the other way around, because even though it is a smaller map completely, but it looks like a Rayman map if you think about it. Like it looks like a platformer parkour type.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just the way like this one in particular looks, which is kind of funny because if this could be a Rayman map, with all I know.
Yeah, I
never
have
played
no
Brawlhalla,
idea.
I wouldn't know.
A lot of the time when they add new characters into Brawlhalla, they
Kinda
don't
like Smash.
necessarily get their own stages.
I was gonna say that's like a Smash thing. Like when Sephiroth came, they got like a Final Fantasy VII, I think map.
Right, like
OG OG 7, not the remake.
Yeah.
It just looks nice because, you know.
Shovel Knight was one of the rare exceptions where they got a stage and background music.
Ben 10,
Well, Shovel Knight's a dope
got their own
character.
Stage too, but I think there might be a couple stages based on Adventure Time, but like I said, it's not it's an automatic given that a character who's in the game will have their own specific stages.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this, that I'm not trying to say that it is, but that could be advertisement for the fact you just said that you have on your YouTube. Like that's kind of hinting that you went ahead and check it out. Just saying.
Yeah.
He just said I hit a YouTube video about Led Zeppelin about the death of Robert Plant's son.
Right. Definitely not gathered here today to talk about other people's channels.
We're just here to chill out and play. Well, y'all can play. I'm just here to chill because I don't have the game. I can get it free, but
now if I'm like trying to raid somebody at the end of a stream and there's somebody streaming that you want to recommend, you know what? I'll ask for that, and that's okay. But like, if somebody's
just casually talking about someone's stream or video that someone might know.
It's incredibly rude to come into somebody's stream who's trying to keep viewers for their live stream, and be like, oh hey, everybody who's watching this stream, go watch somebody else. You know, like, gee, thanks. You know, even if nobody does, it's still incredibly rude. You know.
Yeah.
And it's actually, like, if you're doing it for yourself, it's actually against YouTube's terms of service. You can be reported.
Yeah, I was gonna
you can have your
say,
account suspended or
even
banned.
if you're talking about, like, even if you're trying to, like, advertise a PewDiePie or whatever streams when it's, you know, popular that could be streaming right now, or just a video that was released. It's also very rude because, I mean, cool, you showed us a video that you might like, but me might not like, or whatever, so on and so forth. But Hunger's just trying to chill and play his game on his own live stream. I don't think he wants to know about another person's live streaming. He might be even playing the same game, but...
I mean, I can appreciate somebody wanting to talk about the things that they find interesting or that they enjoy, but you know, when it comes
Can't
to,
advertise. Hold on,
when it comes to YouTube, I would really rather not have people promoting other people's channels, especially when I don't know what kind of content is on those channels. You know. I have people show up to my stream sometimes like, hey, can I get a shout out? And it's like, you know, I don't know.
I'm a streamer too, but I'm
like, you know,
I'm a streamer as well. But like, it's not like you know what my name is, and to, you know, like normally shout out to people that like I said, if you know me, then you can shout me out. If you play with me and you know, chill, you can shout me out. You can't just shout me out. You just might.
Like Rude Dolphin, like if he asked me for a shout out, it's like, sure, I've known you forever. You're entertaining as fuck. I will shout you out anytime. But like, you know, I'll tell people, hey, Rude Dolphin's playing a Pokemon Clover Nuzlocke or whatever the fuck he's doing at the time. You know, and you know, and I legit mean it. That's, you know, he's an entertaining guy, and you should check him out. But like, when it comes to people just randomly walking in, I don't have any idea what's on their channel, you know, and they're like, oh, hey, can I have a shout out? And it's like, I'll say, hey, so and so is here, but that's it. Like, I'm not gonna tell people to go check out your YouTube channel or anything, because I have no idea what it is. You could be a fucking neo-Nazi or whatever. You know, and I'm not going to expose people to that shit, you know? Like,
3, 2, 1, brawl!
You know, some
like,
people
Hutch,
so
like,
pushy
I would say with Hutch,
stuff.
right? The person, Hutch was trying to advertise us could be a racist son of a bitch, you know?
I mean, and they could also be cool as fuck, I mean, but like, it's still rude to try and promote somebody else during a stream, like, that's not theirs, you know?
Like, if you're in Discord, and if you're talking in Discord and doing your own thing,
in a Discord group, or you know, or if you're in one of their streams and you want to tell the people watching their stream to like and subscribe because they're a great person, then go for it. You know.
But not like coming over here and doing that same
I don't need people coming to my stream to promote other people or themselves. Yeah.
Also, I'm not trying to say you should nominate Hunger. I'm just saying, I like how I literally noticed what Hutch said because I was like looking at the chat. What's your moment? And I just point that out, the fact that he was basically just trying to get himself banned or kicked, whatever.
Yeah, you know, like I'd seen it earlier. It's just I had commented on it because I was in the middle of playing and I was.
That's what I'm saying. Like I became your eyes for a second and mouth.
The appropriate thing to do for me is to not even call attention to
care about it.
Delete it before anybody sees it. You know, like. Like, because I don't want to draw more attention to it. You know, it's the Barbra Streisand effect. When you start trying to remove something, then it draws more attention to it. So, you know, so.
It's kind of like it's kind of how I see it. Like, someone could be painting something that you might not like, and you just come in to spray it. Yeah. You know.
My God. So,
Go ahead.
So a few days ago, a teaser trailer dropped for an anime based on Skeleton Knight in Another World. I could not be any happier. It's so good.
It's kind of like what's it called? So it's an O.
Overlord.
Overlord, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a part in Overlord where Ainz kind of speculates, said, you know, if I hadn't been transported here along with all my subordinates and everything, I might have just kind of chilled and explored this world and everything. And that's what that story reminds me of so far. I've read the first 2 light novels for it, and
I'm not too much an isekai, but yeah. I guess I might check it out. I'm not saying I'm not saying the the manga you're talking about, or manga that whatever it is, is an isekai, but if you're reminding me of Overlord, so it might be.
Skeleton Knight in Another World is definitely an isekai. The guy falls asleep while gaming and wakes up in another world as his in-game avatar, but the rules have changed. Like.
Yeah,
so
kind of like SAO or what?
No, basically, like in the game that he was playing, like
it's different from when it's different from after he.
Yeah, it's not like he was playing a VR game or a DMMO like in Overlord. He was playing like a console game and he fell asleep at the computer.
And his dream was the game. He was like in the game.
No, he wakes up he goes to sleep at the desk and then wakes up in another world. It's not the world of the game. The rules are different, but he has his in-game character and
that game.
Like
that kind of reminds me of another isekai I used to watch.
The code is at the top of the chat. It's pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned. It's pinned.
Anyway,
I was gonna say that, but we were in a conversation.
Sorry.
Didn't want to.
But anyway, so anyway, he starts like kind of wandering around this new world, like he doesn't see any people around. And he ends up stopping at a river to get something to drink, and he takes his helmet off, and he realizes that his character avatar underneath the armor he's wearing is a skeleton. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this character was a skeleton, wasn't it?" And like basically,
Leland, it's pins. Look at the top of the chat.
Basically, he explains that like the skeleton was like a purchasable skin that he had bought, like a DLC type thing for this game that he was playing. And because he always wears armor on that character, he had forgotten that it was using that avatar.
Kind of like Ainz holding with a mask over a skeleton head.
It's very similar to Ainz when he's dressed as Momonga, like except it's white it's like white and gold armor instead of black. Oh, nice.
Sorry, could I lifted the game? What do you?
Anyway. But yeah, but the thing is, the thing that's really cool about it is, so his character is level 255, right?
Yeah.
And in the game that he's playing, 250 is the level cap, but you can do special quests to get extra levels. But those extra levels give you stats equivalent to 10 levels. So he's basically equivalent level 300. And
so he's basically he's like sort of the final boss or something.
But yeah, and the thing is, in that game, you can have like sub jobs, right? But you can only equip like one sub job at a time.
Yeah.
But in this world that he's transported to, he has all the abilities from all of his sub jobs all the time. So he's like, he's like a high-level priest and a high-level mage and like all these other.
Okay, yeah, he literally is Ainz because
so he's got all these awesome abilities. So he can use magic and stuff even in the armor and everything. But yeah,
it was kind of like Ainz, like switch in and out of like a warrior skill cloak.
Yeah, because with Ainz, when he's in the armor, he's using a skill that lets him equip warrior weapons, and it makes it to where he can't use magic.
And then he can turn that off. Yeah.
Yeah. So he uses that skill when he changes outfits, so that he can equip all the different items.
It's kind of like a subclass thing, right?
Yeah. The skill is called Perfect Warrior, and it basically makes it to where in exchange
He's
for
like
not
every
being able to
skillful
use
warrior.
magic, you can equip all of the weapons and armor that a warrior, that any fighter or warrior class can equip. So
D&D shit.
yeah, so he uses it to equip items that are outside of his normal equipment list.
Yeah.
It even allows him to equip the world champion armor, which you can normally only wear if you gain the title world champion. You know, but anyway,
Yeah.
so in Skeleton Knight, he's got like all these abilities. So like he starts just doing like random stuff. Like when he's traveling around, he uses this ability called Dimensional Step, which basically lets him teleport to any place he can see.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then he has another skill called Transport Gate, which lets him like travel to a fixed location. Like so like any town that he's been
fast
to,
traveling.
as long he can basically fast travel to it. So he's got like these busted teleportation skills, and and he tends to use Dimensional Step to like sneak up behind people, which is great.
Oh god.
Like there's this like one of the first scenes in the game is this carriage is being attacked and the women have been dragged out and they're about to be taken advantage of by a bunch of bandits, and he teleports behind one of the guys and just lops him in half. Yeah.
No,
he
that just reminds me of
literally does the teleports behind you meme. Like you know?
That just reminds me of what's it called? How Not to Summon a Female Lord. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If it's like the guy who supposedly gets summoned this giant beast, right? He's like level 300, and he just finds it because he's fighting, you know, the demon.
Yeah. Right.
Who just it utterly gets annihilated.
Right.
This is so funny, and then not to mention the Hydra scene, if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember the Hydra scene. That's pretty good.
It's like this guy is like in this world where it's like all these powerful, like you know, Hydra's supposed to be like the most strong, like, powerful big beast in all of mythology, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And then you have this demon who's like in this cat girl.
Yeah.
Who's what's the point of even having them if you have the demon lord character, main character? It just
like it's funny because like all of his stuff is a result of him just like being socially awkward and whatnot. Like I love that about that series. There's actually a light novel series I've been reading called how it's called An Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elven Bride, and he's got the same problem as the guy from Demon Lord, where he's really socially inept. You know,
but yeah,
so
he
like,
had all these like women or something. Because I remember
basically in that series, he's got like all these people that are like flocking around him and whatnot, but he doesn't know how to talk to them, so he's always like the stuff that he says always sounds really harsh. You know, like
he's like socially awkward, but like popular in the sense where he's like known.
Because
but he can't talk to him because
really
he doesn't know how
freaking strong. Like basically the protag in that series, he's a sorcerer, but he has these abilities that let him basically eat other people's magic. So when other sorcerers attack him, he just converts their spells into magic and eats them. There will be no King of the Hill. I'm sorry. King of the Hill is a one-on-one thing, and we're doing free-for-alls. I'm not going to kick a whole lobby until we can do a series of 1v1s.
That could be a whole other stream. That could be a whole other stream depending on how long everyone wants to.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do I like to play with as many people as possible, and King of the Hill is just not where it's at for that.
Yeah, if Hungry wants to, like, if Hungry from the Mewtwo, you can pop in and
I'm a
ask
filthy
him that,
casual. I don't like 1v1. I don't like ranked. I'm just here to have fun. You know. But yeah.
That's why I'm on Smash. I play a little bit of Smash Ultimate, the newest game.
Yeah.
And I am kind of at it, so I don't really do a lot of 1v1s, but if I do, I try to use like whatever character I can.
Right, it's nothing personal. It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't want to 1v1 you. It's that I don't want to 1v1 anybody because I don't like it.
Plus, 1v1 this game can kind of games can kind of boring because it's just it could be a one-sided play, you know.
Right. I feel like there's a lot more strategy and depth to the player modes than the 1v1s. A lot of the 1v1s are just turned into a, you know, oh, how much juggling can I do? How fast can I try to kick them down the thing to where they can't recover? You know, like, and I don't like playing that way. I don't like other people playing that way when I can avoid it. You know. But, you know.
Like, I remember I was playing Smash one night, when I was doing 1v1s, because when I was kind of bored. And I went to make the Sephiroth character where he was recently added. Not the newest character, but he was recently added. And this guy kept using, like, the, ball ability where you, like, charge up his ultimate. Kind of like a semi-ult. And, basically, I don't know, like, he was just trying to keep getting me out of that, so I got off, like, on the edge. And I think he was just... basically, essentially just being annoying, a little brat, but it kept working because it's Sephiroth, the working character. Yeah, like the whole like all you're talking about, I feel like that's based off a Demon Lord because that just sounds so similar.
Yeah, no, basically, the one that I'm talking about, the Archdemon's Dilemma.
Yes, Archdemon's, yeah.
Yeah, it's not an isekai, but basically,
it has some similarities.
The protagonist, he grew up as an orphan, and then became a sorcerer, and he's been living by himself in this big old castle for like years. And so he's got like next
when he finally meets somebody, he's like awkward.
Yeah, like his only interactions come when people try to like, you know, basically break into his castle, and it's usually either like people who wander into his territory and get lost, or
people want to kill him,
or
take
other
stuff.
sorcerers. So he's used to being like kind of harsh with people, you know, like. Like it's
and then when someone nice shows up,
it's either people who are just lost, so he just deposits them outside of his barrier and sends them back to town, basically, or it's people who are there to kill him. So, like,
so he doesn't know how to act against people.
He just doesn't know how to act around people. Like, anyway, he basically at the beginning of the story, he goes to an auction. For like basically this really powerful sorcerer had passed away, and they're auctioning off some of his things. And like when he gets to the auction, they're about they're bringing out the last item up for bids, and it's an elf girl, and he immediately falls in love with her, and so he bids literally his entire fortune on the first bid. And he wins her, and then he brings her home, and the two of them sit there and stare at each other for a solid 30 minutes because he has no idea what to say to her.
Good God! And I'm like, I think like she's like, hey.
And then she breaks the silence by saying, "How are you going to kill me?" Like, because his whole castle is like the castle that he's living in, he got from another sorcerer after he killed him, but it's full of torture implements. Like there's guillotines and all this other crap. He never bothered cleaning it up. So she's looking around at all these torture implements, and she's like, "How are you going to kill me?" And he's like, "Why the hell would I kill you?" You know. But yeah, it's just great. It's so funny, like, you know.
Well, I was gonna say, like, because like in Demon Lord, the guy literally starts off with this. So he has this, like, you know, remember he has like this ring that reflects any magic. Right, he has the
ring that reflects the magic, and then the two girls try to put him under their
slave him.
Yeah, under their enslavement spell.
But they end up
ends up reflecting and enslaving them instead. Yes.
Yes. I was like, first of all, that's just hilarious how they just try to do that. Can we do
we got an odd number right now.
Jalen wants to know if we're gonna do teams like 2v2 or 3. 2v2, whatever.
Yeah.
We
haven't even a number. We could do teams for a little bit. We did teams for a little bit earlier.
If one person leaves or one person joins, I can do teams.
Yeah.
I'm gonna doing 3v2s or, you know.
Yeah.
1, brawl.
But yeah, so but the Skeleton Knight, that teaser trailer made me super happy. I've been waiting for that to get made into an anime. I knew it was. I felt like it was only a matter of time because it's so good. But
I haven't watched Isekais in a while. Like, the last Isekais I want to watch was I couldn't speak. Good God, sorry. Only Isekai I've seen a scene from, and I hated it because, God, it just hurt my head. Everyone in this stream who watches anime, never watch Redo It
Redo Healer. Redo
Yeah,
Healer
never.
is like hentai basically. It's like,
It's I mean, not made from a hentai artist.
you know, yeah, it's not like your normal isekai type stuff. Basically, yeah, there's a bunch of nice isekai this season, even just this season. Let's see.
Konosuba, it's pretty good.
Well, yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, this season though, let's see. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord Omega started airing. So that's,
Oh, I didn't even know that. You know,
yeah,
I
the
need
new
to check
season
that out.
has like 2 or 3 episodes out now.
It's the same
let's
character,
see.
right?
Yeah.
The same main character, Grey Demon.
Yeah, it's just a continuation. They changed the name of the series to How Not to Summon a Demon Lord Omega.
They added one more word.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Here's
so
a
yeah,
random-
that's the thing.
Here's a
Go ahead,
random
Siege.
question.
Okay.
Has streaming taken over Japan? Has streaming taken over popularity from like cable or over-the-air broadcasts in Japan, like it has here in the States?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Not necessarily. I'm pretty sure it has.
I know
Netflix.
there are streaming services and whatnot over there, but
The streaming service is specifically only for Japan, and there's only like, for example, like my friend uses a VPN only to watch specific shows on Netflix that are in the Japanese region code. Yeah,
right.
like you can only find Dragon Ball on Netflix Japan.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Something like that.
also new this season, you've got I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level.
Is that I'm reincarnated as a slime continuation or another
No,
isekai?
it's a different isekai, also focused around slimes. Basically, the main character, the protagonist, was a office worker. She's literally the corporate desk slave character. Overworked literally worked herself to death in her 20s, and then she ends up in a little meeting with this deity or angel type character who says, "Hey, I'm going to reincarnate you in a new world. Any requests? You know, like I tend to be really generous with young ladies, you know." And so she's like,
It's giving me reincarnated as a slime vibes, to be honest.
So she's like, "Hey, can I be immortal?" Like, and she's like, "Okay," you know. And so basically, she gets reincarnated as a witch, who at level 1 has immortality. So she's basically 17 eternally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't age.
No, Deadpool immortality, just age.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't age. So anyway, so she decides to just take things easy. Like when she wakes up in the new world, like there's a house nearby that says, "Hey, we're leaving this." It's got a note on the door that says, "Hey, we're leaving this place. Anybody who wants this house is welcome to it." You know, so she just moves right in, and then she joins the local adventurers guild because she notices that there's slimes in the area and they drop crystals when she kills them. So she's like, "Hey, I'll just sell these crystals from these slimes to earn a little money, and other than that, I could grow vegetables and be self-sufficient." So she basically just lives this really simple life with a ban on hard work for 300 years, and then one day after doing pretty much nothing for 300 years, the receptionist at the guild, when she comes in to sell her little slime crystals, is like, "Hey, you must be really strong, right?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not very strong." So like they use this little thing to check her stats, and she's level 99, and she's got all these busted abilities. She's like, "All I ever do is kill
reincarnated
slimes."
as a slime and how to find a girl in a dungeon kind of vibe combo.
Yeah,
If you ever seen that one.
Yeah, like she basically what happens is after that, like all these people start showing up at her doorstep because they want to test themselves against the quote-unquote strongest in the world, So,
okay, Dragon Ball, got you.
So like a dragon shows up in the first episode. She punches it.
Like Thomas.
Literally. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like she's literally just trying to vibe, and everybody keeps showing up trying to fight her.
She's trying to live her life.
She just wants to live a chill, relaxed sort of life, and people
after literally working herself to death. I can see that.
Exactly. People just keep showing up and trying to start shit.
I would murder the world at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's see. Speaking of reincarnated as a slime,
Don't commit to the new season.
Yeah, season 2 of that is currently on hiatus, but they've got the spin-off show Slime Diaries airing right now. So Slime Diaries is like a slice of life thing where it just follows Rimuru around while observing daily life at the city, So like, they have the characters doing like more mundane things like farming or.
I mean, I was gonna say, all these like isekais are showing up, or like season 2s. Are they like off-brand, or are they like the legit series?
They're
that's contested.
They're legit. Like how not to summon a Demon Lord Omega. I haven't actually started watching it yet because I'm waiting to binge it. But yeah, it's legit.
It's been like 5 years since I've seen any Demon Lord episode, so I'm kind of
Of course, let's see, Log Horizon. They've got a new season this year. What else?
That was my personal favorite.
Right.
Actually, let's see what I'm asking.
I'm shocked it's getting...
would you consider Shield Hero an isekai or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Shield Hero is definitely an isekai. But yeah.
Favorite
Never seen
all
it, so I
time
wouldn't know.
isekai.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we're getting more of it, but I'm pretty sure we are for Shield Hero. Let's see. Mushoku Tensei, that's a new isekai that's, I believe, still airing. So...
I feel like that type of anime just gotten so popular that it's just isekais are just popping out of.
Well,
like,
yeah, Kadokawa is a light novel company, and they've actually got a moratorium right now on submissions for isekai because they're so sick of publishing them. Like, they're like, please don't bring us isekai, bring us something different, please. We're begging. Like,
Also,
speaking of Kadokawa, they've also got So I'm a Spider, So What? That's an isekai that's airing this season.
Oh my god! What is this? Like a Spider Girl, like Monster Masquerade type shit?
It's a whole classroom that gets isekai'd at the same time, and she's like the loner otaku girl that gets bullied all the time, and she gets reincarnated as a spider while everybody else gets reincarnated as humans and whatnot. So.
Oh god, I'd hate that. Even like.
So
to be honest,
basically,
I'd hate.
she's all by herself in this labyrinth full of monsters as a spider, and she's like basically like becoming progressively more badass in order just to survive. No 1v1. I don't kick lobbies to 1v1 people. I'm sorry. You can 1v1 with other people in the chat that want to 1v1 you. That's cool.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey,
I don't feel him either.
IV, you can do King of the Hill with this person, Marcus.
Anyway.
Yeah, and for the record, I do not do 1v1 either.
No. Anyway.
And if you're asking for the third person in this chat, I do not play Brawlhalla. I'd like to watch though.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like
But yeah, so so I'm a spider. So what? That's been really good actually. It's got because basically what they're doing with that series is that they're doing like parallel timelines. So it'll show the spider like doing her thing, and then it'll switch to the humans doing their thing, you know. And then you find out later on that the stuff with the spider it happened 15 years ago.
yeah,
You know, like because they were all reborn at the same time. You know, so the humans it's showing them when they're all like in their teens. You know, so yeah, it's something that's really interesting because you know you've got all these characters in the timeline that the humans are in, and like one of them says that the girl who was reincarnated as a spider is dead, but then you see like these characters showing up that look like they could be her, you know, but like in a humanoid form, you know, and so you're like trying to figure out which one she is and everything, you know. And of course, if you've been reading the light novel, you already know, but but it's something where the storytelling has been really nice so far. I think, you know, definitely keeps you guessing and theorizing and whatnot. Like I said, unless you've been reading the light novels already, then you already know who everybody is, and it's not a mystery to you anymore. But you know, that's spoilers. But yeah. So yeah, that's been a fun one. Also, another isekai getting a new season this season. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. That is in its second season now. The first season ended on kind of a weird cliffhanger, and they chose not to finish that story with the beginning of the second season. So I don't know if they're going to come back to it later or what. But yeah. Which server? I believe it's Eastern US. I'm not sure.
I mean, what region you don't really play on?
Which server? Yeah, like that's as far as I know, that's what it is. But anywho.
Yeah,
But yeah,
like,
so yeah.
Another thing I heard that's happening, people, you know the people who made Genshin Impact, right?
I've heard of Genshin Impact. I've seen like trailers and whatnot for it. I have not played
The
it.
company, I heard the company is working on a quite legit SAO game. Nothing like polarization, Hall of Fame, and all them where you just play as a character using the controller. I mean a legit VR game where you play as your character in the SAO game.
Does it come with a microwave that roasts your brain? Because that would be
I hope-
that would be just
I
the
hope
epitome
not.
of realism,
I hope
right?
not.
That
No,
that
I don't want that.
yeah, like it's like why would you want that? You know?
Would you? It's like if that's the case, I'm gonna have my mom drive me to the hospital and put an IV in in every part of my body, keep me alive
Alright.
until I finish the game. That would be what I would do.
Yeah, the room is USE, so that's the server, I guess. Anyway.
Oh, hey, if you want to join, Piyush or whatever, code is this. If you don't feel like scrolling up to the pinned.
But yeah, it's pinned at the top.
421078.
Anyway.
I did type it in chat. So.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah.
Like I wasn't really much of a fan of the SAO show, but I liked the idea of the game, right?
Yeah. Speaking of games, I saw a trailer recently for a mobile game. For that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It looks.
Oh
legit.
my god! Is it? If it's a gotcha, I'm gonna hate it.
It's like basically what it looks like is it looks like there's going to be like city building elements to it.
It's like Clash.
So I don't know if it's going to be more like Clash of Clans or if it's just like the city building is like part of what you do and then there's other stuff to do too. I don't know. Like
Jalen, don't ask this kid.
3, 2.
Yeah, if we stay with an even number of people, we could do teams next. That would be fine.
Hmm. Also, this map reminds me of the this thing I've been like watching. I'm watching a lot of people talking about like Ben 10 and like his Omega Siege or whatever. Cause like
that's
Ben
what
10
this
Prime
map
and whatnot.
is. It's a Ben 10 map.
Like the amateurs, the emblem gets it away right there on the big big platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one guy that I'm watching.
Device did what it did. But yeah.
Like this whole map kind of reminds me of like this thing I've been watching where this guy was talking about like, hey, what if what if the amateurs actually went to the right person? You know, Ben's uncle or grandpa, whatever his name was. I think it was grandpa, yeah.
I think they had an episode that covered that at one point too.
It was that was what if it went to Gwen.
No, but at the end of the episode, it winds up with Grandpa. Like,
And he has the only one he uses is upgrade though.
Yeah.
So he only uses one.
Right.
Actually, one thing I like about that though, it kind of, I don't really care about it. It's called Ben 10, right? So you expect it to only Ben to use it.
Right.
But the fact that they did that was kind of dope, and the fact that a lot of the aliens look different. Like every Diamond Head had the more obviously the more feminine look being Gwen.
Right. I think the naming conventions were just
weird. Diamond Head, 4 arms.
Well, I think the names for most of the characters were pretty terrible. It was
terrible but iconic.
Well, it was all like punny shit. They had literally Ben 10, Gwen 10, Kevin Levin, just just the name, the name sense was just next to non-existent. They weren't and I get that a lot of comic book characters have that same type of name sense. I'm not saying that there's a bunch of super well thought out names in comic books in general.
Superman, literally super fan.
No, not necessarily even the hero names, but the real names for some of these characters.
Clark Kent.
Clark Kent's actually one of the better ones. But there's the guy's name is Johnny Blaze, and he's actually Ghost Rider. Yeah, nobody's gonna figure that one out.
Or Johnny Snow.
Or Harleen Quinzel.
Just the actual name of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, nobody will figure that secret identity out. You're safe.
What's the name of someone like Catwoman? Her actual name doesn't really match with the fact that she's built the Catwoman.
Yeah.
So that. Or
Right.
Bruce
In
Wayne, Batman.
In the case of Harley Quinn, though, she's so dangerous and crazy that it really doesn't matter if anyone figures out her name. And
Right.
I
get it.
frankly, there's a long list of people who figured out who Batman was, including at least 2 of the Robins.
Right. But yeah, you got Edward Nygma, the Riddler, Enigma. Haha, such a like I said, there's a long list of really kind of funny and stupid names in some of these superhero works, but the ones for Ben 10 I thought were just a little too cheesy in a lot of ways.
Well, it's because with Ben, it does have a rhyme though, the Ben 10, literally 3 letters, 3 letter word.
Yeah, the thing that the only saving grace with the names that he gives to all these aliens is, yes, it's believable that a 10-year-old boy came up with these names.
Yeah, like I said, the alien names though, they're corny but iconic. 4 arms being one of the first aliens he turned into, Diamond Head being the first.
Yeah. But like I said, the names.
Then again with
I
Diamond Head
thought,
though, it kind of makes no sense. He's a Diamond Head, Diamond full body. If that's the case.
all right.
I kind of wish I had been young enough to really get into Ben 10, because I'm pretty sure 10-year-old me would have absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
I've been watching it. Okay, I've been watching it for quite a while, basically. Like ever since middle school. Been out since I was in middle school, and like, I don't know, like elementary.
I'm pretty sure that series came out after I was out of high school. So yeah, it's.
Let me look it up.
Entertaining wins. GG. All right.
I understand the concept and the appeal. He's kind of like Mega Man.
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way after I got out of high school. It is the
Yeah,
year
like-
2005.
Yeah, like back then, I was literally 3 years old watching that, and
Yeah.
it was.
Wow.
I didn't understand a lot of it, so I decided I was like, no, I gotta turn it in. It's cool, you know.
Yeah. It is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons have conquered the Autobots' home planet of Cybertron, and now they watch Ben 10 all fucking day.
That reminds me, like, everyone's looking in these debates, like, oh, can Ben turn into Superman? Can Ben turn into Goku? Can Ben turn into like those like the Decepticons on like those robots from like the Transformers?
Right.
Like,
Oh man, he would have to get a sample of their DNA first somehow.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like the whole debate with
That-
Goku and Superman, they will never let him. They would be too quick for
Right.
him and such.
Right.
And that way, he's kind of like Mega Man, only green. Oh wait, Mega High.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god! If you think about it, that's not like using a Lungosaur.
Yeah.
He goes from brown to green.
Crap.
And then Mega Man's original design, obviously, it's blue, but hey, yeah. You're right.
Right. No, there was an animated series called Captain N the Game Master, and Mega Man in that series for whatever reason was green.
Oh,
Because apparently whoever did the character designs for that series had a
Didn't
messed
know
up
that,
TV. Like
I was saying, are they colorblind or the mess of TV?
right. 'Cause,
The main
yeah,
reason for that is they had to make each of the characters off-brand somehow so that they wouldn't get sued by the companies that they were representing.
Wow.
Except for, of course, when Link and Zelda from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show Friday Zelda cartoon showed up,
Right.
when they adapted the storyline of the Adventure of Link,
Yeah.
and they got all three of the key voice actors back for that one episode. That was epic.
Yeah.
You've got Kevin and Link basically having an episode-long measuring contest with each other,
Yeah.
and Zelda kisses Kevin.
Oh no. Excuse me, princess.
Oh god, listen, I haven't even watched like the actual series, but I've been in like the OG like Super Mario like cartoon. You remember like you were talking about? I had a
Yeah.
disc that I could rent from the library nearby that was that, and it had like an advertisement for that exact Link, the Kevin and Zelda like
Right.
show.
Yep, I had the entirety of the Nintendo TV run at one point.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. I was supposed to say, that's one thing I've never remembered is like with the whole Mega Man talk.
Yeah.
Who do you all think came first, Mega Man or Astro Boy?
Astro Boy for sure.
Who came first? Yeah, definitely Astro Boy. Mega Man was inspired by Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Astro Boy was not only the first anime, it was also the first cartoon broadcast on American airwaves.
I thought that honor went to Felix the Cat.
No, Felix the Cat was the first image broadcast on American television, not the first cartoon. It was literally a statue of Felix the Cat that was transmitted live on broadcast television. But the
Was it
first
still
cartoon,
image
the
on TV?
first animated series to air on the first animated program to air on American airwaves was Astro Boy.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's
Magyar.
Because for the first part of television's existence, it was all live.
Mm-hmm.
So later on, they figured out how to broadcast recorded programming, and things kind of progressed from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Jalen. Oh, okay. I think we read that. Hey, Jalen, I think I can. We're out on teams now. I think
We are doing
yeah,
teams.
it's red.
Like,
I kind of spaced out, but I could tell with the red and blue.
yeah.
I was like just weird to be talking something like with the chat scene.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I hate this place. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I was one of those people that actually watched and played every Mega Man game before I did anything Astro Boy related.
Right.
Like not like any like
Same
so
here.
like so I wouldn't really know that Astro Boy came first.
Yeah, it
But I
was literally like, yeah, the original black Astro Boy
Mhm.
was black and white. You know, like,
Yeah.
like
Same with I watched all the Super Sentai after watching up the Power Rangers, so,
right.
which Power Rangers is the American Super Sentai.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because the Super Sentai stuff came about because of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a Japanese Spider-Man series that was very similar in thematically to what Super Sentai is today. And it, you know, but it was starring Spider-Man, and then you know, they had this super popular Spider-Man series, and I guess they lost the licensing to it, so
I
they
hate
started
Dolphin.
getting creative. You know,
Yeah.
because they did Kikaider, which was different.
Mm-hmm.
And then after
Awesome.
Kikaider, they did the first Super Sentai series. It wasn't called Super Sentai at that point.
But it's the same concept.
Yeah, because the first Super Sentai series was Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. And that was the longest running Super Sentai series at 80-something episodes, I believe 83.
Was that the like Mighty Morphin equivalent? Something like Mighty Morphin is the first Power Rangers?
No, like, well,
In American? In America?
Yeah, the one that became Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was like the 13th Super Sentai or something like that.
Oh.
Here's a fun
Like
fact.
it had already been going for over a decade before.
And then
we got
then
it.
America like got like the like inspiration.
Yeah,
started.
because basically after the first Super Sentai, Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, the second Super Sentai was called Jaka, and it's spelled JAKQ, and they were based on playing cards, you know. But they had the shortest Super Sentai season. They only had 20-something episodes.
Yeah, because like
you know,
the first Super Sentai that came
ran
out
long.
was it came out literally in 75.
Yeah, it like late 70s.
Go Ranger
yeah.
came out in, like in 1975.
Yeah, 75, 76, somewhere around there, yeah.
Mhm.
Now the interesting thing is that in the mid to late 80s, Stan Lee and Marvel wanted to take a crack at localizing Super Sentai for the States. He was shut down.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. But
Yeah,
like,
right.
so after that second Super Sentai series, then they started doing the one Super Sentai series per year format that they've been doing ever since, where every year they shoot a new Super Sentai series.
That's kind of like what the Power Rangers have been doing.
Yeah. So when they did that third one, which was technically the first one that follows the current format, that's when they said, hey, all three of these are part of the same continuity, and that's when they started calling them the Super Sentai.
I've really been watching all the different Power Rangers stuff.
The Super Sentai thing really got started.
I've really been watching all the different Power Rangers series because I'm actually reading a comic known as, I think it's not Darkest Days, that's all of in continuity. There's some kind of like, new comic that came out that's based off the Lord Dragon era,
Huh.
which is kind of it's a weird like if I ever showed this to somebody who's like a fan of the Mighty Morphin and loved Tommy Oliver,
Yeah.
That's
they
what
would kind of
They made him the villain for that particular run.
yeah, Lord Draken is the villain because Lord Draken the villain is the villain of this, right? And it is a alternate like timeline like slash dimension Tommy Oliver that stayed evil for Rita. Like Rita Repulsa, like did the whole magic thing on Tommy, made him evil
Right.
and so on, right? And then Tommy like kills Rita, and then goes on to do his evil stuff in his own ways.
Circuit her command. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those characters are so different in the Japanese version. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
Yeah.
Speaking of new comics,
Yeah,
there's
the Green
actually-
Ranger and Jew Ranger is actually basically a ghost.
Yeah, he's already dead.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, speaking of new comics, though, just this most recent Tuesday, a new graphic novel hit bookshelves. It's Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger Volume 1. It's a manga version. It's the manga version of the original Super Sentai series. So.
Is it made with like the 2021 printing and stuff?
It's literally a first American printing of a classic manga from back in the day.
Well, I'm saying like, are they using like the today's like printing software and such?
Yeah, it's a hardcover book. It's very nice. Anyway.
It'd be like I was gonna say like with like the whole like in fact with the movie that came out like the more recent like 2017-2018 Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
That by the way is nothing like the
It's
TV
terrible,
series.
yeah.
They're all like.
Yeah.
They're working on a second one in the way they cliffhang, the first, right? They show the guy who did the Green and the White Ranger from Mighty Morphin as Dragon in the movie. It's the guy who played Tommy Oliver in all those different series, like Dino Thunder, Zeo, Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, Jason David Frank.
Yeah, he's the villain of the next movie, and he's playing Tommy Oliver again after so long.
Last I heard, they actually when that movie bombed, they sold the rights over to Hasbro entirely.
Yeah,
and so
Hasbro has the American
said
rights for Power Rangers as far as the toy line is concerned.
And Hasbro said that they were going to start completely fresh. So no amount of sequel baiting at the end of that movie will ever come to fruition.
Yeah.
Besides, it's been far too long.
I heard Hasbro was actually going to be doing their own Super Sentai series. Like, they're not using Super Sentai footage anymore. They're going to make their own Power Rangers series.
I had a friend who worked for Hasbro, but he stopped after a while.
But yeah, that would be kind of interesting. If it's true, I don't know what. But I heard that somewhere.
I
work in
if
an
you were to
anime
read the
store, I hear
comics,
things.
if you were to read the comics that involves Draken's story and such, you would love it. Like, Draken, even though he's just another Tommy who's been literally in 3 different series, technically, 3 different series. Actually, technically 4 because, the wild, what's it called, like the wild something?
So, if you're talking about the character, and slash actor, he was the Green Ranger, he was the White Ranger, he was the Red Zeo Ranger, he was the Dino Thunder Black, so.
Yeah, like, I'm talking about, there was the Forever Red episode, from whatever series that was from. He was Red Zeo again.
Yep.
I think it was either Red Zero it's the guy who transferred.
Yeah.
His power too.
But yeah, was he also the Red Turbo Ranger for a little bit too?
Yes, he was a Turbo Ranger for a bit, and then he transferred it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Who actually, which is kind of cool. Like, the guy he transferred it to actually tried and saved Tommy from death, even though the guy had no powers. He just had confidence.
You know, which is actually pretty dope.
Confidence is a superpower. Anyway, so
So is common
Yeah, and
sense.
so is luck, according to Deadpool.
right.
Whoever that
Yeah.
one girl, whatever her name was from Deadpool too. According to her, luck was a superpower.
It's not very cinematic.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't know what people, I don't, I feel like a lot of people downvoted like this the Power Rangers movie, like the more adulterated one. Literally, the
You mean the
first start of
fan-made
it.
one?
No, the one
bootleg.
with the one that's like more like adult, because like every
You know
like,
the one
literally-
where the Yellow Ranger had a fat ass and the Pink Ranger's titties were like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that one.
they had an Asian guy playing the Black Ranger and Billy was black.
Oh.
Oh, that's the.
Oh, I was talking about the one I found on X videos.
Oh, okay.
No, just God, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Love it when Rudolphin drops
Why
by.
are you trying to shoo away my dolphin? Stop it.
He already got out of here. He left before it said shoe.
Oh, man.
He just did a.
It's funny.
But yeah, like in this movie, they literally had like it's kind of weird. Like to me, like I got used to it, but like they had like an Asian dude playing
Yeah. Well, because
like,
they didn't want people making the obvious racial comparisons, you know, because people gave them a lot of shit over. Oh, I see you got the Yellow Ranger's an Asian and the Black Ranger's black. You know, did you get a Native American to play the Red Ranger? Did you get an Irish guy to play the green one? You know, like.
Yeah, it wasn't like in the original. Like, I think the woman who played the Yellow Ranger was actually Hispanic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, it's funny
Yeah, like-
because the Super Sentai series that the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was based on, like I said, it was like it's like the 12th or 13th Super Sentai. It's called
The 13th,
Kyoryu
yeah,
Sentai
so
Z Ranger or Dinosaur Sentai Z Ranger, and like this,
Player 3 wins.
the original is just so different from what
Then
we got
the
in Mighty
American
Morphin,
Federation.
and for the most part, it's definitely better.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's better seeing as the first, but then again, that could be like Mighty Morphin. Like, every Power Rangers to me, every Power Rangers is based off the Sentais.
Right.
To me, are just like the American kid censored version. Like,
Right.
let's say Tommy Oliver was supposed to die, and like literally they die, not become a White Ranger.
Right.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's not the same story at all, remotely. Like
Mhm.
it's not
No, I'm
it's
saying,
not
like,
just
if it was the
it's
same
not just
story,
they're
it could
picking
be
up
like a
the
censored
series and censoring it and bringing it over. They're literally changing the entire narrative. Like
Like,
in the
same, like,
Japanese
like not the same villain, not the same color scheme, or what?
in the Japanese
Like-
version, the villain, her name is Bondora, not Rita. If you
So-
if you look at her, if you look closely at her castle, even in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it says Bondora Palace out in neon lights above the door. Like, so her name is Bondora. Dora, in this case, actually means mud, and all of her monsters are made of mud. They're
Not
called
quite.
Dora monsters.
Not the clay monsters.
Yeah,
that,
well, that's what the clay is. It's mud. Like, so. Anyway, when she first gets out of the dumpster at the beginning of the series, she's not on the moon. She's on a planet called Nemesis, where she was sealed, you know, millions of years ago. And the planet basically got close enough to Earth that astronauts were like, "Ooh, we should go explore this." And so they went and opened up the dumpster. She murdered the astronauts. They died. Like right after she got out of the dumpster, she's like, "Nope, you're dead."
To me, like this is to me. You're one of people that never been to Super Sentai, like actually seen it.
Yeah.
So this to me, I'm trying to compare it to the Mighty Morphin that I grew up with, and it sounds similar, but obviously different villain name.
Right.
Really different because the damn girl woman kills them. I don't know what happens to the astronauts in Mighty Morphin.
So yeah, and again, she hasn't been sealed for thousands of years. She's been sealed for millions of years. Her backstory is her son was killed by dinosaurs.
I
Okay,
see.
and so in order to get her son, in order to get revenge on the dinosaurs for killing her son, she sold her soul to Satan. Okay, and became a witch. So,
Okay.
so basically, as a
So
witch,
actual lore to like
Yes.
the Rita character, basically.
exactly. So as a witch, she delights in making children suffer and cry. Like, so, like, she spends
Hey,
a
little
lot
kids in
of
the
time
stream,
finding creative ways to torture children. So
Hey, little kids in the stream, either mute it or take your headphones out if you don't want to hear this.
right. So yeah. Anyway, the like in the first episode, she takes the spaceship that the astronauts showed up on planet Nemesis in, and there's 2 children in it, and she shrinks it down and starts rocketing it all around the city, like at breakneck speeds, hoping that it will crash into something. You know. But yeah, like. Anyway, so yeah, she's like ridiculously evil. Her henchmen all have basically something that they want from her. Like she's basically like
They're bribing. Like she's bribing them.
Basically, it's almost like the frickin' Wizard of Oz, where each of them has something that they want. So
and they're doing something to get it.
If they can.
In the Mighty Morphin, they had these characters. They called them Squat and Babu. Squat, his Japanese name is Bukubaku, or Bookback. And Bukubaku wants to be smarter. So basically, she's promised him that if he helps her with her ambitions and everything, she'll give him a brain. Basically, the other one.
The equivalent to that one about wanting a heart.
Yeah, the other one.
In Oz.
Yeah, the other one, the taller one. He's a vampire. And his name is Topat or Totopatu, and or Top Hat. I don't know. You could call it
pronunciation.
Basic, yeah, the pronunciation. Just. But basically, he is a vampire, but he's really weak, so he wants to be stronger. So his thing is he wants to be strong.
Wants power.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, I can make you more powerful. Griforzar, who is Goldar in the US version, he cannot talk. And
He's an animal.
Yeah, he's not able to speak, and that's what he wants from her is a way to talk.
Speech.
Yeah, so yeah, he's when you first see him, he's unable to speak.
Is there a Scorpina, which is like my favorite character in Mighty Morphin?
Her name is Lami, and she is Griforzar's wife. All right, so they are married already. And when she shows up, she actually grants Griforzar's wish and makes it to where he can talk. And the first thing he says is, "Bitch, get back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich." He basically tells her that she has no place being on the battlefield.
Which is funny because Scorpina is strong.
He does the fucking male chauvinist pig thing. It's so fucking funny.
Which is funny because if she's based, if Scorpina is based off her, and Scorpina is actually pretty damn strong,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she would be too, right?
Yeah, Lamy is
Scorpina-
very strong. Like that's
Cause,
like Bondora is so pleased with Lamy's performance that she grants Griforzar's wish because she joined them. So, like,
Is it Lamia?
no, it's just Lamy.
Oh, okay.
Like, but you know, like it's like because the thing is, she's not a Lamia, she's a scorpion. You know,
Right.
You know,
I just want to make sure I
yeah.
didn't mishear.
Well,
No, I
yeah, like,
just-
but yeah,
I was
You have to say
gonna.
it
I
right.
literally asked if there was a Scorpina kind of character. And
yeah,
that's
the Lamy is her Japanese name. But anyway, so like there's all this, you know, there's a little more thought put into the villains and their motivations in that series. The heroes, they are all from that time when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and each one of them was part of a
They're not just
tribe
random teenagers.
that had. They're not just random teenagers. They are each one is part of a tribe that worshipped one of the dinosaurs as its guardian deity. So
And they get and one of them gets the power of.
each one is the strongest warrior of their tribe. And when Bondora was sealed away, they were sealed away too, just in case she ever came back. So when she comes back, the white mage Barza releases them from their sealed prison.
Zordon, basically.
He's not Zordon. He's a completely different character that was not in the U.S. version at all.
No, I'm saying like their leader. Is what I'm saying. Like the guy that called the shots.
Right. He's in that role, but he's not. He doesn't look anything like Zordon.
He's not the big guy floating head.
Yeah, I'm just saying the role.
Right, exactly. Yes, he's in that advisory type role for the most part. He doesn't really do much.
Because I don't think a guy with a big floating head will match in the prehistoric style.
Right. Yeah. Barza is a white wizard. He has he's an old man with a staff and a weird hat and all this anyway.
For me, I think like the Mystic Force series is the closest thing to the Super Sentai because that's literally a mystic, like a fantasy world where humans and I guess whatever the non-human race is called. I can't remember. I don't know but I can't remember what it's called.
Right.
But like there's people that are like Orcs and Cyclops and shit like that. Basically, all those like mythical creatures that are in there. And like the enemy's goal is to gain all the magic and rule the world. Well, the heroes are people that are with this white witch or like this snow queen is what they call it.
In Magi Ranger, which is the Super Sentai version of that, all of the main Super Sentai for that series are siblings, and the white and the white one is their mother. She's Magi Mother.
Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's just the Mystic Force one. Just makes you think of the one series that wasn't changed that much. But Not Boy from Power Rangers one just seems like it was a complete makeover.
Yeah, but yeah, the Kyoryu Sentai Z Ranger, when the Green Ranger shows up, he is.
Is he a Dragon Zord kind of thing?
No, when he first shows up, he doesn't have the Zusoken, which is the flute that lets him summon Dragon Caesar.
The dagger?
Yeah, the dagger flute thing that lets him summon Dragon Caesar. So he has a different sword. It's like this sword of darkness type weapon that he uses. And that's why he Bondora makes him huge and does all this other stuff with him in those early appearances that he has. But anyway, he ends up having a heart-to-heart with Clotho, the spirit of life, and Clotho tells him, hey, you didn't actually survive your sleep trying to wake up in this era. You actually died in a cave-in, and I brought you back so that you could help. And you're on borrowed time. He basically, the whole thing with the candle, that's his life force. That candle represents how long he has to live.
That's actually kind of hard here, because in the Draken series, Draken, Rita has the candle that she used on the regular Tommy, on normal Tommy.
Right.
To basically say, you listen to me or I'll blow it out,
Right, but basically what happens in that series in Z Ranger is Clotho has this little base that he prepares for Burai, who is the brother of the Red Ranger in that series, by the way.
The Red Sentai.
Yeah, so the Tyranno Ranger Geki is the Red Ranger's name. Dragon Ranger.
I kind of figured they would keep the Zord style for the main five.
But yeah, so Tyranno Ranger Geki is the Red Ranger. Oh yes, the best thing about the names for the main cast is the Yellow Ranger is Tiger Ranger Boy. It is a dude.
And if you watch Mighty Morphin closely enough, you can see the bulge.
Yeah, like basically, in Super Sentai, when they have a female character, they put her in a skirt, and Tiger Ranger does not have a skirt because it's a dude. So yeah, you know, Terra Ranger May has a skirt because she's female, and in Kaizoku Sentai Go Kaiger, when a character transforms into a character that was normally male, they still get a skirt. Like if it's a female character transforming into them, then they still get a skirt. So,
Oof.
and if a male character transforms into a character that's traditionally female, he does not have the skirt. So that's just a little bit of trivia there. But anyway, so with Dragon Ranger Burai, after Clotho, explains what's up with his time limit and everything, Clotho sets up this room for him where time won't pass as long as he's in there. So he basically, as long as he stays in this room, he doesn't burn off any of his candle time. But he ends up leaving to help, with various crises that pop up, and ends up wasting his time. And then Bandura hatches a plan to trap him outside of his sanctuary so that he will run out of time. And so that's how he ends up dying. So he.
So I just read this thing. I looked up. Apparently, okay, this is. Sorry, but this is kind of sad. Apparently, the Yellow Ranger from Mighty Morphin, Thai Trang, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah, the actress died.
Car accident.
Yep. But yeah, it's. I do think it's funny that they gender swapped that character, though. Because there are plenty of Super Sentai that have two female characters in them, but they chose to start with one that didn't. And they were just like, we'll just put them in there anyway. Or we'll just put a girl in there anyway.
This just reminds me of the Avatar episode where they had like the playing happening with all the characters. I guess I better the play. For the fucking actor that was playing, the actor that was playing the character, fucking Toph was a male, the fast male.
Yeah. Right. But yeah. So. Oh wait, did I unlock that new character, new color palette? I guess I did.
Yeah, you did a while back.
Okay, I need to. There we go. Nice, powerful, hot pink Maggie. Oh, it's hideous. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it has like a purple, like, flame instead of
man.
orange.
It's like teenage girl's room Magyar.
No, it's Brawlhalla meets Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god. That is absolutely hideous. Alright, anyway.
Please kill him first.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is a side note really, but I remember when I watched Power Rangers as a kid, and I was like, that Goldar and Scorpiona, they'd make a pretty nice couple.
Right. Well, it's funny too, because at the end of the series, they have a baby, and they wind up sealed again, but they're sealed with the baby, and the baby kind of melts Bandura's heart, and she basically the insinuation is that because of that baby being there, she'll never regain her powers as a witch because she no longer hates children and all that shit. So but yeah.
What kind of hideous spawn would the two of them have created, though?
It's actually relatively humanoid looking.
I was gonna say, because Gondora, or whatever the Sentai name, is a lion, right, still, or no?
Yeah, Grafforzar, he looks exactly the same, yeah,
And then Scorpiona, is she more Scorpion-like or more human?
She's humanoid, but she has a different form that she changes into when she's a kaiju. So when she turns gigantic, she turns into a more inhuman form.
More Scorpion.
Yeah,
depending the look.
Yeah, she turns into a kaiju with a big scorpion claw and everything. It's the same. you see her in both forms in the U.S. version, so it's not tremendously different there. But yeah.
I was gonna say like so Gondor in the Power Rangers the 2017 movie, like the more mature version. I actually liked him in that more than the Mighty Morphin original.
Yeah.
So, like
Goldar slash Griforzar. Yeah.
You mean the giant thing made out of gold?
Yeah.
So here's how it is, right? Gondor is not even in the entire movie at all until the end, where they actually find him as the giant Megazord. And how they bring it, so how this is, Gondor is actually dead, and Rita has to bring him back using the Zeo Crystal, right?
Oh, I see.
And she uses all the magma on Earth to bring him back to life, and he comes back in the giant form.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with that movie was when one of them is basically drowned by Rita, and she leaves, and none of them know how to use CPR.
I mean,
nobody's even got a guess. Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that was the dumbest part of the movie.
Well, it was kind of funny. Like the movie overall was just kind of funny because, like, the beginning of it when Jason and that one other guy was just with the cow. Man, no, listen. So they thought they brought. So they hungry. So Jason, right, the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
He thought he ran away from this farm with a legit cow, a female, right? So he tries to milk the quote unquote udder, but grabs the you know what.
Yeah.
They don't show it, but they literally emphasize that he does.
Right.
Tried to milk a bull. Classic.
It's like that scene from City Slickers. It's like, I tried to milk your cow, but it didn't work. You know, he's like, I was just tugging and tugging and tugging, and nothing came out. He's like, that was our bull. His name is Norman. You were pulling on his dick. You know?
I mean, they don't say the actual word, but it's clearly there.
Yeah.
I'm just maybe because it's kids related, but it's more adulterated. It's literally anything recommended for 16 and up.
Detaining, don't worry, me too.
And here's like the cool thing about the hey, it's okay, Titania. So the cool thing about the Zord in the movie, they actually have to coordinate every limb to make the whole thing move.
Jeez. But
like, you know how like in Mighty Morphin they're all in this one room and so on. They can one person can basically control the whole robot.
Right.
In the movie I'm talking about, they're all in the different Zords. They're all technically still in the Zords, even when the Megazord form.
Right.
Did you ever see the ultraviolet? Did you ever see the ultraviolet short film one?
No.
By Adi Shankar.
I have not.
You should probably look it up.
Yeah, they're like in the go ahead.
So in the original Super Sentai, when they're talking about the Megazords, their mecha are basically their mecha are their tribe's guardian deities. So when their combined form, Dice Eugene is essentially a god.
Well, I mean, it's deities combining to another. That's basically like saying that's literally yin and yang at that point.
Right.
Unless they're
So,
just
like, yeah, he's so. There's literally a part of the series where they have a fight with Satan. Is what I like. So
it's like, oh, you're getting attacked. Oh,
yeah,
and,
so they have a Megazord battle against Satan. And they had this fight in the US version, but they changed Satan's name to Lokar. So he's a big blue head with horns and whatnot on it. But yeah, so like Bandora does this big ass ritual to revive Satan.
Lokar the Parable. Yeah.
Yeah, and they you know, like she like sacrifices several children to pull this off. And then also here's another interesting thing. There's a part in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series where Goldar has his own Zord called Cyclopsis. That mecha in the Japanese version is piloted by Bandora's son Kai, and he was brought back to life by Satan after she went through the trouble of resurrecting Satan, and so he after Kai came back to life, Bondura was like, oh, this, because that was the whole reason she became a witch in the first place, was because she was trying to get revenge for her son being killed. But her son, doesn't, recognize her or love her or anything like that. And so it just upsets her,
Yeah.
But then when he ends up being defeated, she, ends up, losing, she ends up in a different sort of emotional state, and it ultimately results in her losing her powers as a witch. Yeah.
What about who was Rito Repulsa in?
He was actually a character from a different series. Rito Revolto was the U.S. name, and he was supposedly Rita's brother, but he was a character from a different series. I believe he was from Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger, if I remember correctly, because I don't think they used any of the main villains from the series that came immediately after Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. The only thing that they really used from that series was the swords, the mecha. Because Gosei Sentai Dairanger was the one that had the white tiger and everything, and that ranger was actually a small child.
Wasn't say
Kiba Ranger
in Super Sentai.
In Super Sentai was a little boy.
So it's kind of like a Blue Turbo Ranger.
Yeah, they used that inspiration from the Blue Turbo Ranger.
That they ended up doing with Turbo Blue. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, because in that Super Sentai, the little boy that's not the same guy as the green.
No, they didn't use any of the there's actually a whole team of them Shishi Red and Ho-Oh Pink and all the it's Ryu Ranger, Shishi Ranger, Tenma Kirin Ho-Oh Ranger, anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was wondering, because I wondered how they got the inspiration of how they got the idea of giving Tommy of Mighty Morphin to both. I was just thinking they were idea, they were down with the inspiration.
They ended up removing him as Green Ranger because they ran out of footage. Because, like I said, that character dies in the Japanese version. So they decided to
give Tommy
to use the White Ranger from Gosei Sentai Dairanger, and then at that point the series was popular enough where they could really flex a bigger budget.
Was it a similar idea with the deities? Was the tiger the most stronger deity?
No. So in Gosei Sentai Dairanger, that's actually closer to the plot of Mighty Morphin, where it's a bunch of random people that get kind of pulled together to fight against the enemy, and they start learning a technique called Kiroku, which basically lets them use their own internal energy to fight. So even when they're not transformed, they can do things like shoot fireballs and hurl boulders.
Oh, so like the ninja thing that Mighty Morphin did.
They're not really ninjas. They're, like you said, they're more like martial artists or whatnot.
Well, I'm saying that it's kind of similar, because they were able to use their power, but not in the form of the ranger suit.
Yeah, exactly. They're able to exert Kiroku abilities when they're not transformed, but it's stronger when they are transformed. So anyway, so they get gathered together in the first episode, and it's really funny because the characters in that series, I really like some of the ways that they built the characters in that series, and like I said, we never got these characters for the most part in the American version, except for the white one, because there was a whole ass team of other guys. Even the white one was their sixth. So,
I was gonna say, because technically they did get the whole green, but it wasn't the same idea of him dying It was the
Right.
idea of the power
Yeah.
dying when he gains new power.
Right. The funny thing is that in that series, the Shishi Ranger is green.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a Green Ranger in that series, but he's one of the. But basically, they gave his
The antagonist.
mecha, they gave his mecha to the Black Ranger when they brought it in for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, because his is the lion, So, but I love Kieran Ranger from that series. Because his fighting style is Drunken Fist.
Rock Lee. Or not Rock Lee, but he uses
he uses
the fucking Lee.
He uses Drunken Fist when he's fighting. Or he calls it Kieran Fist, but it's definitely like that same style of loopy movement, like.
Mm-hmm.
And his fights are always hilarious. So,
Oh god, I'm getting Drunken Fist Rock Lee vibes right now.
Yeah, like the thing is, they all fight with staffs, so they all have like pole arms.
So it's not
basically.
like sword.
Yeah, like
bow and arrow.
Yeah,
gun.
they don't have like they're each one. They don't have it to where each one has their own individualized arsenal. They're all just running around with pole arms, and later on they get chakrams. But anyway, but yeah, we'll probably go for another 8 minutes or so.
Yeah, I've been on for 2 hours.
See you later, detainings.
I was gonna say I'm gonna call it a night pretty soon.
Yeah, I think probably call it at the hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I never been interested to watch Super Sentai. I might actually, but it's because I'm already in the Power Rangers thing.
Right.
And I'm also reading the like I said, the Lord Dragon series, which you should check it out if you want.
So I don't know if you're familiar. Have you seen any of Girls und Panzer?
Heard of.
So Girls und Panzer is an anime. There's a scene in, I believe it's one of the OVAs for Girls und Panzer, where the girls are supposed to be doing like this presentation, and they decided to do like a Super Sentai parody. The thing is, this wasn't just a normal parody. They literally did a shot-by-shot recreation of Gosei Sentai Dairangers roll call scene. So, so like, there's videos out there where it compares the two scenes, because they're literally just the same thing. I'll find the clip on YouTube after the stream's over if you want to hang out and chat for a bit.
Yeah.
But I'll post it for you so you can see it. But
It's I was gonna say, I hope that this is not again not the movie. I hope they actually have that whole scene with the movie where they actually in the thing, because I wish the comic series with Lord Draken was so popular, and like I said, Steve said, the movie did bomb. It was gonna be popular for a bit, and so on. So if they don't bring a sequel where it's bringing into the Lord Dragon saga, which literally is my best, my favorite one, I'm gonna be sad.
I think the big problem with the with that Power Rangers movie was
it was too serious.
Too different.
Everyone.
I felt like there are certain things that I thought were okay, but the fucking insect dinosaur hybrid thing was a no. That was kind of dumb.
Deepening the lore right from the start, involving the Zeo crystals and having Rita formerly been a Power Ranger, and Zoran having been a Ranger and all that. I think that was a neat touch.
Right. I don't know. It's just.
Because the thing, Rita was the Green Ranger, and then Rita was the green, and Zoran was the white, and they actually used to be friends.
Yeah.
Rita got corrupted by Satan. She was corrupted by the Satan of the series, and became the witch that we all know.
Yeah.
In fact, in reason why Zoran's ahead, Rita kills him.
Yeah.
But his conscience still lies.
I think the sparkle dust look on the Ranger outfits was a little much. Yeah, it was a little much.
I mean, it seems nice.
But the overall
sparkly
tone.
Twilight Vampire Rangers. Oh, I'm sorry.
The overall tone with the kids all being, delinquents, misfits, and whatever, that was kind of cool, but the overall tone with them, it just made it feel like it was pulled out of the early 2000s.
Well, I mean, it's like, if you think about it, so
edgy.
like with how they did with Jason, right? It wasn't the same, oh, I'm a karate master, Ryu type thing, I'm ready to fight whoever, right? He was just a high school delinquent that didn't know what he was doing, when he didn't know whether he was just doing bad stuff.
And yeah, I can fully understand and appreciate the redemption story arc they're going for with that.
And then, the fact that his father and such, like, he didn't have much good time with his father, but that scene where he helps him as the ranger is pretty dope. Because, here's the thing. Jason and his father didn't really go well. Like, they had, Jason's mom and dad had a divorce and stuff, and Jason was just, being, like I said, a delinquent. No one's father's gonna like that with their son. So, their relationship wasn't that nice, but the fact they had, like, a little redemption and all this, like, all that, it was basically a heartwarming moment.
I have a thing for redemption stories. I have a thing for redemption stories. I'll fully, openly admit that. So that's why I liked that Power Rangers attempt as a movie, but it just wasn't a good superhero movie, and it certainly wasn't a good superhero team-up movie. Because the biggest thing that's going to kill such a movie, especially in my eyes, is where you have so little time in the movie of the heroes doing the hero thing.
But
and
like
that's the same.
That's one thing I had.
It's the same kind of thing that the new Mortal Kombat movie does.
Please don't say it. I haven't watched it.
All right. Then don't watch the first few minutes of this replay. Because I opened up tearing at a new one. And
also, well, letting you know, they are going to make a second Mortal Kombat movie eventually.
I haven't heard word of it being greenlit. I was sure hoping that Hollywood.
All I know in the movie, my friend watched the whole thing the day it came out to theaters, and he said it was a cliffhanger that basically gave it away.
Well, they can do
cliffhangers all they want, but they don't always result in a sequel. Like that god-awful Godzilla movie from 2000 where it looked like a giant iguana had a cliffhanger ending. There was no. Thank God there was never another one of those.
And then and then they just started to do King Kong, and here we go with this Godzilla movie.
I think that Godzilla was like 98 or so.
Yeah, it was. I believe it's normally referred to as Godzilla 2000.
But there is a separate movie literally called Godzilla 2000, which was Toho's answer to the awful Matthew Broderick vehicle.
I don't know, but yeah, that was.
I mean, also, Siege, just like what the Power Rangers movie teaches, like how they actually had to coordinate their own movements while on the Zord, if you remember that fight.
Yeah, vaguely.
Basically, like, they had to coordinate one guy couldn't move the other leg without the other one moving their leg, or same with the arms and such, and...
It's funny because one of the things in Super Sentai that happens a lot of the time is they'll have multiple mecha that the team uses, and so they'll put one together, and then everybody will jump into a different one, and leave one guy behind to pilot the whole ass other one,
No, so they don't know how to one guy maybe used to piloting a giant rocket ship, and the other guy might be or something like that, pretty much.
Like for example, they might do something where, and this happens in Super Sentai as well as in various Power Ranger series. Like, for example, in Ninja Sentai Kaga Ranger, for example.
I won the last match of the night.
They have multiple mecha that they use. Like, they have the regular one. I can't remember what the frickin' thing's name is, and then they have Muteki Shogun, which is the Shogun Megazord over here. But they'll they'll get into one and put it together and then they'll like switch to the other ones, put that together, and then they'll have like one person piloting one of them while the rest of the pilot the other one, you know, or they might have 2 in one and 3 in the other one, you know, like so they do that type of thing. So it doesn't take all of them to fully pilot the thing if they don't really want to, you know. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for the stream today. You guys
it's 2 in the morning over here.
Yeah, if you guys want to hang out and chat for a second, I'll post that video in Discord. But
Yeah.
anyway, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Thanks to everybody who participated. I do hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week for the next one. And of course, as always, I do hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
See ya. Oh my god.